In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on April 10, 2022. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released so that you have more time to plan out your bets. As we provide these videos on a daily basis, I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 2 betting picks a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Atlanta Hawks versus Houston Rockets. Although they already secured a play-in spot, the Atlanta Hawks still have something to fight for. They need a win in Houston, as they are still hoping to finish as the number 8 seed, while on the other hand, the Houston Rockets will end the season as the worst team in the Western Conference and probably the side with the worst record in the entire NBA unless Orlando loses to Miami and Houston beat Atlanta. In that case, both Houston and Orlando would have a 21-61 record. These interconference rivals have met once this season, and interestingly, Houston won that game 132-126 in Georgia, covering a +10 spread along the way. The Rockets were better in 7 of the previous 10 head-to-head encounters. The Hawks are 5-15 against the spread in their last 20 road games, and 6-2 against the spread in their last 8 games overall. The Rockets are 25-54 against the spread in their last 79 home games, and 6-2 against the spread in their last 8 games overall. The under is 4-0 in Hawks' last 4 overall. The over is 5-1 in Rockets' last 6 overall. The Hawks are 5-2 against the spread in the last 7 meetings in Houston. The Atlanta Hawks are still fighting for seeding in the play-in tournament, so they should be a motivated bunch, and they are playing more consistent ball lately. However, this is a lot of points for a Hawks team that loses on the road by an average of 2 points. The Houston Rockets may be piling up the losses, but they compete most nights, and they're losing their last 5 games by an average of just 6 points. The Hawks are 13-27 against the spread on the road this season and have been a double-digit favorite just once. Houston has nothing to lose in this matchup on Sunday, as the Rockets are out of playoff contention and will have little to no pressure. Houston has covered the number in 6 of its last 8. The Rockets have covered the number in 4 out of the last 5 against an opponent from the Eastern Conference. Atlanta has struggled on the road, as they have failed to cover the number in 15 and last 20 away from home. So the Houston Rockets to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The Rockets will provide a strong offensive performance today, that's for sure. Even though they are 26th in offensive rating, the Rockets are 2nd in pace, and we can expect to see a lot of brief and fast possessions from the hosts. The Hawks are not that fast when it comes to pace, but they are 2nd in the NBA in offensive rating. After all, these two combined for even 258 points in the previous head-to-head duel. Another high-scoring affair is on the cards here. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Boston Celtics versus Memphis Grizzlies. Boston closes out their regular season slate when they travel to Memphis to take on the Grizzlies Sunday night. Boston is coming off a disappointing loss against the Bucks in a vital game on Thursday, but they won their previous 3 games and are playing well heading into the postseason. Memphis has lost their last 2 games heading into their Saturday night game against New Orleans, and this piece was written before that game took place. The Grizzlies have been locked into the 2nd seed for a while and will stay that way regardless of the outcome of their final 2 regular season games against New Orleans and Boston. Looking at the betting trends, the Celtics are 7-1 against the spread in their last 8 road games, 7-1 against the spread in their last 8 games against a team with a winning record, and 9-3 against the spread in their last 12 games overall. The Grizzlies are 19-7 against the spread in their last 26 home games, 4-1 against the spread in their last 6 games against a team with a winning record, and 42-19 against the spread in their last 62 games overall. Head-to-head, the over is 16-5 in the last 21 meetings in Memphis. The Celtics are 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 meetings in Memphis, and the Celtics are 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 meetings overall. The Celtics must win to keep their chance at the 2nd seed alive, while Memphis will own their 2nd seed regardless of the outcome, with Yamoran Sorney likely reducing his playing time or keeping him off the court entirely. The Grizzlies will have a reduced quality offense against the NBA's best defensive team. Given Morant's overall contribution to the team's offense, the Celtics will be able to maximize their defensive edge to ensure they cover. Boston is above average on the defensive glass, getting 77.4% of their defensive rebounds, and they will be able to give Memphis fewer second chances than usual while their outstanding shooting defense exploits the Grizzlies' weak shooting averages. The simplest reason Boston will win this game is that they have more to play for than Memphis does, so the Boston Celtics to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Most obvious is the Grizzlies having their top offensive weapon having either limited playing time or none at all. He makes up a huge part of their attack and leaves them shorthanded in a game they already don't have much motivation to win. In addition to being the top defensive team in the NBA, Boston also is one of the slowest, averaging just 96.8 possessions per 48. Their ability to compete with Memphis on the boards will help them to control the pace as well as reduce the second chance scoring that is one of the key elements of Memphis offense. The under has cashed in 4 of the Grizzlies' last 6, and in 4 of the last 6 that Memphis has played against an opponent from the Eastern Conference. Boston is first in the NBA in points allowed at 104 points per game, and the Celtics hold opponents to a field goal shooting percentage of 43.5%, which is also first in the NBA. Given the disparity between the Grizzlies' season-long stats and the actual talent on the court on Sunday, this game is prone to be a low-scoring one. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Toronto Raptors versus New York Knicks. The Toronto Raptors will be going for their 4th consecutive win when they face the New York Knicks on Sunday night. The Raptors are coming off a 117-115 win over Houston as 11.5 points favorites. The Knicks are coming off a 114-92 win over Washington as 3.5 points favorites. Toronto is 8-2 in its last 10 games against New York. Looking at the betting trends, the Raptors are 7-1 against the spread in their last 8 road games, 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 games against a team with a losing record, and 12-5 against the spread in their last 17 games overall. The Knicks are 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 home games, 7-3 against the spread in their last 10 games against a team with a winning record, and 7-3 against the spread in their last 10 games following a win of more than 10 points. Head-to-head, the Raptors are 10-4 against the spread in the last 14 meetings overall. The Raptors could be shorthanded in this one as they've listed Fred VanVleet and OG Anunoby as questionable, but that's nothing compared to the Knicks, who are still without Nerlens Noel and R.J. Barrett, while Mitchell Robinson and Quentin Grimes are both questionable. Even though they're locked into the 5th seed, there are reports that the Toronto Raptors will play the bulk of their roster in this game. The New York Knicks continue to compete and are capable of good showings, but they're also no stranger to letdowns, and there should be a lack of motivation here with it being the last game of the season. The Knicks are also 15-25 against the spread at home. The Raptors are the team in better form. They are 10-4 against the spread in the last 14 meetings overall, and they have more to play for in this one. In short, the Toronto Raptors head into the final day of the regular season as a playoff team and will look to finish the year strong. New York has nothing left to play for as their season will end following Sunday's game, so the Toronto Raptors to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Raptors are averaging 110 points per game and 108 points per game on the road. They averaged 108 points per game in their last 3 games against the Knicks. With New York giving up 108 points per game at home, the Raptors will hit their average in this game. The Knicks are averaging 106 points per game and 106 points per game at home. They averaged 99 points per game in their last 3 games against the Raptors. Even though Toronto is giving up 107 points per game on the road, they gave up 112 points per game in their last 3 games. So expect the Knicks to score enough points to push the score over the total. The Knicks and Raptors played over the total in 3 of their last 4 meetings. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.